The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
Clear of the closing doors, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Friday night, another House of Stein Hot 10. Here with the one and only Ben Stein, and the rest of the crew is not here tonight, but we are sending our thoughts out to Redhood, who's under the weather, our boy Richie, who is so busy with work it's unreal, and another person who sounds like he's super busy with either work or band. I can't remember what it is tonight, but Yee said he was going to try and make it late if he could. So we're here. We weren't here last week, and everybody freaked out saying, what happened? What da da da? And the week before, I remember Stein saying, I'm not going to be here next week, so I'm going to be on vacation. And then every show on Beyond Wednesdays, we said, no House of Stein this week, probably. Stein's on vacation. But let me tell you, it means a lot to us to hear you guys being like, where is the show? We love you for it. No, keep doing that. If we don't show up and we don't hear from you guys, there's something wrong. So that being said, how was vacation, Stein?
It was great. Played golf every day. Pinehurst #2.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was awesome. Played 4 different courses there. It sucks that it was a week ago though. So that's what, like, it seems like it was just yesterday. But sitting here, I've got the Dodgers and Yankees game on in the background.
Still tied up?
Yeah, tied up. Looks like maybe that was Chisholm. I'm not 100% sure. It looks like it's on. He's got first and third with 1 out. So,
ooh, all right. So
Yankees do in the 10th. In the 10th.
All right. So we're gonna everybody stay updated on the game. Crazy. This is my favorite time of year because we've got hockey, football, basketball, baseball. It's the best time of year for baseball. There's nothing better than October baseball. And of course, who doesn't love football during this time of year? And I'm always stoked when hockey starts again. So it's
hey, what'd you think about that Bronny James fiat or that dog and pony show?
It's nepotism at its best, but here's what I will say. What did we expect? We all knew it was going to happen. Bronny isn't.
They scored.
Oh, there we go. So Yankees up.
That game. It was so cringy though, right?
Yeah.
It was just like as the kid, like as Bronny, like it would just feel weird, right?
Well, I feel bad for him. You know what I mean? Because
it feels weird.
Yeah. And they're playing the Suns tonight, so it'll be interesting to see if he got on the court
in Phoenix or in
LA, and then they come back here. The Suns play Dallas, and then they play LA here. So I don't know, man. I've been so out of basketball over the last probably 6-7 years that it's just like a non-factor to me anymore. It's become my least favorite of the 4 majors in a big way. And the only thing that's probably going to help that is if like the Suns get back to the finals again, and then I'm going to be somewhat into it. But yeah, basketball is a tough sport to root for right now. So
this is now inside the NBA. Chad.
Yes.
You didn't know that?
Yeah. Welcome. Yeah, that's. I think Brad said that there's a rebranding happening, and that's the rebrand. So, or there's an expansion happening. That's the expansion. So, shout out to our boy Brad Selden. He says Bronny should have been an outside linebacker for the Canes like Rohan Marley. Whew. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to our boy, Mr. Longshirt, that says, "What up, boys? Love you, MFers. Love you too, brother," with a $20 super chat. Make sure you guys are following Mr. Longshort on IG and also watching his show over on Nearing Nirvana with our boy YeeZee and crew. Great show on Thursday nights that they do over there. Long story short.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those books end up on the Almost 10 all the time.
Yep.
So if you want to know books that can show up here, watch them first.
You got it. You got it. So, but you guys, we're going to try and get through this show a little speedy tonight. So we're just going to get to it. Here we go with our Whoa/Blow books of the week. And starting off, as you guys know, this is a heavy New York Comic-Con show in major ways. And our boy Red Hood is here, feeling under the weather.
Nah, man, I'm good, dude.
Oh, good? You're good?
Miraculous.
Yeah.
No, I was running late.
Oh, you're good, brother.
Well,
all right, we're
walking slow late.
I'm glad you're here for our Whoa/Blow books of the week because you're gonna. I'm gonna love it. Yeah. All right, here we go. Our Whoa book of the week. This gorgeous rogue cover, the grayscale Audie Granoff from New York Comic Con. I love the grayscale, but the 80s one is just as good too to me.
See, okay, so I went back and forth.
The back scale.
I went back and forth between the grayscale and the 80s one, but the 80s one, I don't know. This one just because there's no color on it. I don't know. There's something about it.
Oh, it's just such a good book. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, here's the 80s one. This one was limited to 500, and the grayscale was limited to 700. Is that right?
That's what it said, but
okay.
I don't know that for sure. But I assume.
Yeah.
But
oh, beautiful, just gorgeous.
Hey, is Chad Cave in the chat?
Of course he is. Chad Cave, our boy, with the pigeons, with the doves. So, the books from both of these books from Audie Granoff are just gorgeous. So these are.
It doesn't really look like Granoff though, does it?
It doesn't. It doesn't. I agree with you.
Like I thought it was like one of the R Germ proteges. Like
yes, Lyrically.
Yeah, one of those.
It's his evil twin brother, Body Granoff.
Oh. Well, this book seems to be selling. Both of them are selling decent. What is this one on the secondary market?
It's selling for like 70, 60, 70, something like that.
Wonderful. We'll see how long that lasts.
Hey, look what my little nieces made for me, man.
Oh,
you see that?
Mama.
Mama.
Little friendship bracelet. Gosh. I love it, dude.
Go here, Joe, for your show so you can say mama. It was awesome, bro.
Well, you know what is just as awesome, Joe? Your reaction when we show this next book.
Oh, that blows. That blows.
God damn, that's bad, dude.
So for those of you guys that didn't see it on Beyond Wednesdays, we went over this book during solicitations, I believe, and they're doing just like they do, Marvel does all the time now, they do a couple characters a month. Like whoever is having an anniversary, they do all variants for that character on all the books. And those characters now are Doom and Thing. And the Thing books are so atrocious that it's laughable. And this one,
so Spider Gwen's ass is rock hard, bro.
Look at her feet, bro.
Yeah, I was telling McClay when I saw this, like her right foot, like it looks like her toes are just coming right out of her calf.
Dude. Oh my gosh! Look at her.
I don't
face.
know. What is the point? What is the point of this?
Oh God.
Put all the characters that like they were
Hey,
thing, I
And,
guess.
you know, Todd Nogg was drawing. He goes like this. He goes. He sprinkled some fairy dust, and then probably his entourage. Oh my God, that's the best, Todd. It sucks, bro. Todd, don't ever do this again, bro. It's horrible. What the fuck are we doing? You're wasting paper, bro. Oh my God. Frank Miller's going like, you see? Now that's fucking shit right there, Joe. Get in line, Frank.
Oh man. So yeah, there we go. This is your blow book of the week, ladies and gentlemen, and let's get into Buy the Dip.
Hey, what's up, Tony? What's up, Derek?
Our Buy the Dip book this week. We have one Buy the
Brad?
Dip book this week, and this is a very interesting one. As you guys know, I love this book. To me, this is one of the most iconic covers of all time, considering they used this for so many Hulk things throughout the years, and it's just such a great book. And then the second printing is just as good as the first printing, in my opinion, and then you throw in the third printing, and they're all just so good. This third printing is so rare, and I've been noticing on the market report lately that there's been quite a few 9/8s that have shown up and people have sold, and the prices, are big enough for me to go, oh, that's interesting for the market report. But the crazy thing about this is that this book is on the major dip. A recent low
Is that a 9/8? Is that a 9/8 sale?
A 9/8 sale, dude, for $870. The last 2024 sale was $3,494. What happened? Is this a fuck up? What is this? 2023 had a sale of 4.5K, and this is all coming from our boy YeeZee. This had to be some. What is this? What happened?
I don't know.
October 25th, $870. I'm so mad. I would have bought this in a second for that price.
So that just sold today.
Yeah.
Well, and Sir Christopher is correct. People need money. I see that in my regular job because I work for insurance, and so when the economy is bad, like the things that the phone calls we get and the sob stories we get, and I mean, people just they want money from, and they don't even care where it comes from. Now, I don't know why you would put this up for $870.
Or even
mean,
put
you
it
could've-
up for auction right now. I would never put this book up for auction right now unless there was some type of reserve on it. Yeah.
I mean, you could have put this up for auction and it would have passed 1,000. I would think.
Is the sale final yet?
That's a great question. That's a great
We
question.
can look.
He's gonna cancel it, bro.
We can pull up Terapeak real quick.
You know how I know that? Derek says he's gonna cancel it.
Seller probably gonna
And
get
Derek knows all, bro.
Yeah.
What was that Hulk 377?
I mean, there was quite a few recent sales of this, which is crazy.
You see, Brad says you can tell how bad the economy is by how many fist fights for a Peach Momoko.
Amen. Amen. Rough.
Yes, the sale has gone through.
Oh,
Which I don't understand because literally like 5 days ago it sold for 3,400.
yes.
40 bids. Hold it, is it the same book?
What?
What's the hold on, that was 9021. It's the same book.
What? So there's some
Ooh, that's
fuckery going
weird.
on. There's some fuckery going on here. Seller has 0 feedback. Same book that sold for 3,400. What is going on here? Well, okay. So maybe not buy the dip. but
Drama!
there is some drama now. Yeah. The fuckery is
That
here.
was Let's see. The one that sold for $3,500 sold from Bristol, Connecticut, from Eternity Comics, and then
Maternity
book-
Comics.
the same book from a different seller in New York.
Ah.
Hmm.
I wonder
The
if
exact
somebody
same
went.
book.
I wonder if somebody went. This book is hot. I'm gonna copy the thing and just try and pull a quick jack move on it, or they said I have one, but I'm gonna use this picture.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's the same picture. I'll bet this dude stole the picture.
Yeah, it is the same picture, probably. Man, what a nightmare. Well, there you go. There's a reason for us to go, what the hell is going on? Damn. Still a beautiful book.
Oh, it is the same picture, because at the bottom of the picture you can see the table below the book, and it's the same on both listings. You
Well,
didn't even crop it.
Who was the original seller at 3,400?
Eternity Comics.
Eternity Comics. If you're watching this, let us know if you contacted eBay or if there's any fuckery going. Obviously, there's fuckery going on, but you know what happened over it. So I would love to know.
His sale is probably legit.
Yes. How did they get this third print again? What do you mean, Ken? Like, why did they do it? Is that what you mean? This book was one of the biggest books in the world when it came out. Right? I mean, major book. Dale Keown was at the top of his game. And if you guys heard the story from, I believe it was Dinesh that told the story about the original art for this. The original art for this is on something weird, like it was on another piece of art on the back of it, and it may not have been meant for a cover. It's very interesting, the story about this, and so much so that I would love to get Dale Keown on just to talk about this cover and this piece of art itself. So we'll try and figure that out. Hopefully, at some point, we'll see if we can reach out to him and get an interview. He's a tough person to get an interview from. He hasn't been treated well over the years by the comic book industry. But that being said, let's talk about this book and all the gorgeous variants that there are for it. You have of course, the Australian, which is $1.50, which is a crazy book. This Finnish edition is beautiful because it's all black and white. You have the second print, the third print, and of course the first print newsstand. But look how beautiful that looks with all four of those together like that. I mean, that would be such a cool thing to have on a wall, just all four of them together. Anyways, very, very cool. So that Finnish book has always been a mini grail for me to be on the lookout for.
I've never even seen that one.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's a cool book, dude. Cool book.
I'm not really big into Finnish.
I don't blame
which
you.
is funny because my grandma was from Finland, so I should be all into.
So for those of you guys that don't know,
I could just imagine someone at my LC. Hey Holmes, do you have any Finnish books?
So for those of you guys that don't know, SSPec is a very famous name. They're synonymous with Panini. And the reason why I know this is because I collect and have collected for a while old school Panini and SSPec hockey stickers / cards from back in the day, because a lot of the European players had pre-rookies in those SSPec and Panini stickers that would go in the sticker books. And of course, SSPec would print all the ones in Scandinavia, Panini, and England, France, and all that stuff. So very, very cool to see SSPec on there the way it is. Anyways, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the Almost 10. Starting off Wait, where's our chat? Our chat is missing. Hold on here. Starting off with Wolverine issue number 1, the Momoko second print Virgin variant 1 in 25 that is out this week, which is a killer book.
Okay, so you guys are going to look at this and be like, hold on, this is on the almost 10. Yeah, so I really wish I could have went to NYCC, but you're going to see some books on the almost 10 that would normally be on the regular list, but didn't make it this week because of NYCC, but we hate these anyway, right?
Look, man.
Well, I'll say this. I think that the next 2 Peach Momoko books that we're going to show are 2 of her best books that have come out recently. Let me fix this chat thing that's not working here. Hold on. This is weird.
Yeah, while you're doing this, it's
okay.
Bottom of the 10th. Dodgers down 3-2. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Ooh. Wow.
Oh my gosh. Freddie Freeman just hit a grand slam.
Oh my Lord.
No way!
Oh my gosh. He crushed it. Walk-off grand slam.
Whoa. Look at him going nuts, dude. Oh, what a game.
my God.
October baseball, baby. Is that Cortez? Is that Nestor Cortez? Oh,
my
dude.
Bro.
October freaking baseball.
Wow.
That is awesome. You gotta love
He had a
that.
triple earlier, man. Too,
Yee, did
man.
you have the game on?
No, I just jumped in.
Just like 12 seconds ago, Freeman with a walk-off grand slam.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is that the first
Dang.
walk-off grand slam in World Series history?
Shout out to that person that got that out of 5, Freddie Freeman, for my Tops update Chrome Sapphire break back in the day.
Man, that's awesome. I got a Freddie Freeman Dodgers logo variant from Tops this year. I gotta put that thing
Imagine
up.
the guy that served up the grand slam, Brian. Like, he didn't even need to warm up before getting out there to the to the pitcher's mound,
I
bro.
know.
He didn't even need to warm up.
Oh my
Wow,
gosh,
what a
Richie-
great game. What a-
Richie's probably going crazy.
Oh yeah.
I can't
Oh,
wait
yeah.
to see him jump on.
Yeah. It's weird to root for for one or 2 teams that you usually hate. You know what I mean?
I hate both. I know. I hate both of them.
Anyways, Peach Momoko Wolverine variant.
Oh, thanks, John.
I think this is a decent Peach Momoko cover. The only thing I don't like about it is the claws. The claws are really off, but everything else I really like. I like the wolves. I like the
Is
way
he
Wolverine
punching a
looks.
wolf?
Great question. I hope not.
Like, where's the blood? Where's the blood coming from?
Yeah.
Is he just wailing on a wolf?
Dude, it's the most metal cover ever. It's raining blood.
Yeah. Mike Washburn brings up the 335 UK Wolverine, and yeah, we've talked about that book many moons ago on Flipside, I believe. One of the shows back in the day. The UK book that's got the early Wolverine, first Wolverine in it type thing. You guys remember what I'm talking about? One of those weird magazine almost style books that also had a lot of really cool Alan Moore stuff in it. That being said, moving on to the next book on the almost 10. This one's selling for 50 to 60. Another Momoko, which is fire. The Space Usagi White Star Rising #1 Momoko 1 in 10 is great.
Yeah, this one just came out this week as well.
Mhm.
Oh, this hurts that I need it for my Usagi Peach collection.
Oh, this one's going to be cheap though. It's only $30. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Those other ones
I-
were quite
Okay,
expensive.
so it was like $25 to $30 sales, but some of the ones that I saw listed were like $75. So
oh wow. So I missed
Yeah.
my window. So I gotta wait for it for buy the dip.
Buy the dip.
Gotcha.
You got it. Yep.
Yeah,
No.
'cause-
or fake sale somewhere.
Yeah.
yeah. So I'll just wait a year because that's about the time for Usagi stuff to go down,
Yeah.
or people forget.
Yep.
That's true.
Yep. I love this though. Really good. It just again, Momoko when she's on, she's great, but she's very rarely on in my taste of her art. You know, so
I think it's like when it matches, right? Her
Yeah.
style. When she gets paired up with, like, instead of just like some random complete book, like when she's in her element, it is, the sky's the limit, right?
Yep. I agree.
But then, like, I feel like it's like within her art too, right? That if she doesn't feel the project, she just kind of throws something up there.
Yeah. Or she's, tired of
Rushed through.
drawing. Yeah. Because she draws 10 covers a month, or she's tired of people fighting over her drawings. Anyways, that being said, $30 and $30 plus, I guess we could say. And I think this one is going to be easy to pick up in a couple months. So I'll be on the lookout. All right. Moving on. Next, Absolute Wonder Woman #1, the Jim Lee Black and White Virgin 1/100 is awesome. Jim Lee and Scott Williams. So you still have the Scott Williams inks. But I'm going to be very honest. I am so surprised about the Wonder Woman, Absolute Wonder Woman secondary market sales. I'm very surprised.
Like, why is it selling?
Why isn't it selling? I don't mean to, ruin what's coming, but the Decal 1 in 50, the Panosian 1 in 25.
I mean, they're selling,
but
the Panosian's selling for about 30. It's selling over ratio. This one's selling above ratio. I think even just the A cover is selling for like $10 or something like that. Is like DC kind of like doing like Marvel did, where they started doing ultimate everything, and now they're doing absolute everything? Is that what they're doing?
Dude, parity with those two, with Marvel and DC, is constant, and that's exactly right. Marvel brought back the Ultimate Universe. DC is going to do their version of the Ultimate Universe. You know what I mean? Marvel did the zombie stuff. DC does Deceased. Marvel does Blood Hunt. DC does DC Vampires. It's like...
It's spy versus spy
with
publishing companies. It's fun to watch.
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah. But I got to tell you, did you happen to get a chance to read this at all, Stein?
I mean, come on.
I know. Okay.
Do you really think I would have picked up a book that came out this week?
No, but I'll tell you what, it was decent. It was decent. It was the what I will say that I really like when I really like a book, it's got to have certain things for me. One, obviously the story's got to be good. The layout of the art and the panels have got to have some, cool aspects to it. Perfect example of that is that Doom book. We geeked out over the panels of Sanford Green's, layouts and how great they were. And I think the layouts in Absolute Wonder Woman were really good too. The layouts in Batman were really good. So, and then of course you have the collectability of the covers too. I know there's a ton of these. There's going to be a ton of the 1 in 25s and the 1 in 50s. But still, they're still collectible and they're good. The Panosian is probably cover of the year, if not, top 3. The Decal is great. They're getting ready to do a Decal foil version of that. They should have just done a foil to begin with, but I get it. So it's interesting. We'll see how it plays out.
But do you think it's like the situation where retailers were somewhat prepared for this, and so what we're seeing is that first wave of stock disappearing, and then we'll see that bump go up again, like when people like, have less supply and there's still that demand, right? Obviously, if it's going to a second print.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope so.
Yeah.
Shout out Mighty Mel V. All right, here we go. Moving on. Lilith #1, the NYCC Sean Gordon Murphy variant from Vault Studios, which, I mean, as soon as we saw this, we knew this was going to be a hit. And it's selling for 75 plus now. So not a bad book or cover. I don't know about the book itself.
So it's pretty it's a pretty gory cover.
That's what I'm talking about. Look at that cat too.
Wow.
Oh, and anyone that used the link on Modern Comic Mayhem, check your emails because they'll ask you if you want to ship it, because that was a pickup only, but they have leftovers apparently. So
Of this book?
Of this book, so you can get it shipped. So if you ordered it off their website, they will ship it to you. So you just have to answer an email from whatever you ordered from. Just saying. I'll repeat it on Saturday too.
Not
Nice.
bad, dude.
Yeah. So for those 90 people that jumped in onto it or whatever.
Yeah.
Because it said like 126 in stock, and it went down to like 60 something by the end of the night. Oops.
Well, I haven't gotten an email for them saying that they're going to ship it or anything, but I got an email saying confirmed. Just nothing from them about,
Yeah, because I asked about it because I noticed that it was a pickup only, but I guess they're just going through everyone's order that didn't pick it up at the con.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so at least they're reaching out. So be on the lookout for that, or you can ask about it on your send them an email.
Mm-hmm.
For those who do go to like some of these bigger cons, which I've never been to NYCC, I've never been to STCC.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're trying to buy an exclusive variant, what would be your preferred way of distribution of said book?
I won't say the store that does it, but I know there's a store that, if they have a limited to whatever, they allocate each one per day, or so many per day. So if they sell out during that day, so everyone that goes each day has a chance to get the book.
Would you be like upset if it were a lottery type system?
No.
No.
Like let's say like this one's
Like,
limited to 300. Yeah, so like you basically, if you come up to the table and you buy something else, you can reach into this big thing, pull out a number. If it's whatever it is, if it's a winning ticket, then you can buy X book or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm okay with
Would
that.
you hate an idea like that?
No.
I mean, I hate the idea that I have to buy something to grab a ticket.
What if you didn't have to buy something? What if you could just walk up? But then the only reason I say that is because I feel like somebody would just take one, and then they would just keep coming back to the table over and over until they had all the options, or basically all the things. Because how would you know? I mean, especially if it's like if you had a Campbell book or something like that, like there'd be so many people standing there, you wouldn't remember anybody.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I'm just. I mean, not like I'm ever going to set up at a show or anything like that. But I'm just trying to think.
Stamp their badge. Stamp their badge.
Can you do that?
I don't know.
Well, that's how a lot of the toy, like if you go to like Star Wars Celebration, they do that for exclusive for toys. So,
I mean, that's what they
Do
do
it
for
for
the Funko
shoes.
booths, Hasbro.
You do it at Foot Locker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they do that for toys and shoes and all that other stuff, why don't they do that for comics?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Because now you just got a bunch of mad comic buyers. That doesn't make any
Mhm.
sense.
Because you have because comics is like the rogue, like, system out of it all, right? Like no two stores like release similar exclusives or in the same manner, right?
Yeah.
Man, there's just got to be a
Kind
better. There's a better way. We're gonna figure out a better way. We're gonna figure it out.
Just pre-sell online and then have people pick them up. And if they can't make it, ship it. I'm just joking.
then it doesn't really like invite anybody to actually go, right? I mean, isn't like the whole reason that you do these things is to get people to come to your booth to buy other
Right.
things, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
So,
It's a tough situation all around, it's the hobby has changed so much since the days when you go to a con and they would hand you a bag when you walked in and all your variants were in there, So
True.
it is what it is. But 75 plus for this. We'll see if they ship them out to the people that ordered them online, and that'll be interesting.
1 to
find
3
out.
weeks.
1 to 3 weeks. There you go. All right. Moving on, we have my favorite book of the year so far, Grommets. Number 5, the Brett Parson 1 in 10 variant, which is awesome. And it is selling for $30 on the secondary market. Came out this week also.
Never mind. I was gonna say something and it just clicked in my mind. I was gonna say something really stupid. I initially thought that this was the actor from Big Bang Theory. That's not Brett Parson. That's Jim Parsons.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Brian Posehn.
I almost said it, and I'm like, nope, that was dumb. Don't say it.
You laugh about that, but Brian Posehn, a comedian and actor, is a co-writer on this.
So, that's weird.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to ask, is this a Graduate homage?
I probably would have been thinking more of like Fast Times at Ridgemont High or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I could see that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Brad
She needs to
Selden
be on a
says
diving board, bro.
Diving board.
Brad Selden says he was in the Sarah Silverman show. He was in Mr. Show with Bob and Dave before that.
I remember Mr. Show. That was good, man.
One of my all-time favorite
That was
comedies,
funny,
man. So good. So good.
Mr. Show?
With Bob and Dave, yeah. David Cross and Bob
Dude, David Cross.
what's the guy from the lawyer series from Breaking Bad? Odenkirk. Bob Odenkirk. Yeah. So Brian Posehn was in that. Jack Black and Kyle Tenacious D got their start in that. The guy who does SpongeBob's voice got his start in that. A ton of people got their start with Mr. Show with Bob and Dave. Sarah Silverman, I believe, got her start there. Yeah, good shit. Anyways, love this series. I know it's only a 7-issue series, but I hope that they figure out a way to continue it somehow. But man, nostalgia central for us, for sure.
And, just so everybody knows, Mighty Mel V wants to send everybody his love. Everybody on the panel and everybody in the chat.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, moving on. This one's interesting. A foreign book, Linus Estate, which stands for Linus Summer, I believe. In this foreign, I forget where it's from. I'm not Italian, maybe. Yeah, Italian. And this is very interesting. It's got a great Charlie Brown cover, but more importantly, in the interior, there's a very important book. That being Fantastic Four #1.
Yeah, there's a couple other books in there too.
Pretty cool.
But I don't know about you, but I almost I almost put this cover as the blow book because this I don't know what Charlie Brown is wearing there, but that is terrible. Like, what is he wearing? What is he wearing?
It's Pigpen's costume.
Yeah, like it doesn't even make sense.
Is that actual Charles Schultz like cover too?
It doesn't look like it. Maybe it is, but
it kind of looks like a ripoff. But at the same time, it could be like a.
I bet you it was a nude photo and they had him scribble over it, bro. Bro, you can't be showing Charlie Brown's cock. All right, I'm sorry. It scribbled over it. Sorry, bro.
There's also, I guess, something to do with the World Cup at this time, 1966, where they talk about the World Cup. There's a Dick Tracy comic in it. There's
a dick in it.
Some other interesting things in it, like you said, Stein, but here's the back cover.
I mean, it's so weird, right? This is really strange.
Look at that. Fantastic Four, Ben Grimm. That's awesome. But big sale on it, that's for sure.
I don't know if it's a big sale. I mean, it's 100. It's sold for what did I say, 170?
Yep, 170.
I mean, I would think that this has to be really rare, right?
Yeah.
I've never even heard of it.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah, especially with grading magazines being more and more common nowadays too, as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That could be.
Hey, Blue Green, do you have this?
He's like, I bought it. Shh.
Probably did. It might be a great price. I don't know.
Yeah. It's cool, man. $170, and it was in really good condition, it looked like, too. So, all right. Moving on. A classic, Spectacular Spider-Man issue 101, specifically the newsstand. And every time I see this book, it just takes my breath away. It's that good.
Yeah, this one set an all-time. So this one got Coy, if you remember old
cbsi.
Yeah, he was always into this book, and he always wanted a 9.8. And at that time there really weren't any 9.8s. It was pretty hard to grade. And then more people got it, and the price went up, and then the price kind of came back down. But this set an all-time high in the newsstand for this 9.8 this week. It sold for $900, which the prior all-time high for a newsstand was just $700.
Dude, I've pressed like 5 or 6 of these in the last 6 or 7 subs that I've gotten. It's crazy.
Wow.
If you do like this one, the companion book to this, I think, is the Alpha Flight. Was it Alpha Flight 3 or something like that? Or 4? And I think that one is not very easy to find in 9.8 either. So
I feel like there's another Spider-Man book that's similar to this
kind
too.
of opposite of that.
Yeah. So a lot of cool books that are like this.
I still need to go eat at Koi's restaurant in Houston.
How have you not?
He's still, because it's on the opposite side of the city, and that's like an hour away.
I've 3 of my adjusters live in Houston on my team.
What part though? Like living in Houston could be like the other side. That's like another city.
What's just north of the city?
Like the Woodlands or something like that.
Yeah, one lives up there. One lives on the southwest side of the city.
So like Sugarland, Missouri City.
Richmond, maybe. Is it Richmond?
Oh, Richmond, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all like a whole nother city, like outside of the city of Houston, but like it's within the greater city.
So whenever I do come down to do something with them, I'll make sure to hit you up.
Okay. Yeah, I live close to Richmond.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jersey to the Bay says there's a Spider Boy homage to this one too. So, yeah.
I can't wait for when Spider Boy dies. That's gonna be a great comic to get.
Yeah.
Did they do a remaster of this? Like, did someone do a remaster of this, like on a modern book?
I remember the Black, White, and Blood Rita one kind of reminds us of this, but they could have. They probably did a redo of this or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, Derek says the last Mark Jeweler sale of this was 2,500. So
See, I told you Derek knows everything, man.
yeah, man. All
He's
right.
our fact checker, bro. He like corrects us like every 5 minutes, dude.
Moving on to
Is he AI?
a very interesting and a perfect almost 10 book, The Zombieful World of Oz, issue number 1, the Scarecrow variant. And you guys know we've been talking about Kickstarter books pretty heavily lately, and here is a former Kickstarter that took place, and I believe in 2019. I think it got fulfilled maybe a year later, but really, really old school Kickstarter. And this book, I believe, was a $30 or $25 buy-in. It says here limited edition virgin cover, and $25 was this book's original buy-in. And now it's on the list selling for $95 raw.
Yeah, almost 100. I think it's a pretty cool looking cover.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't hate the cover at all.
Yep, I like it. I like the trade. I don't know, man. I really love Kickstarter books lately.
Isn't there a Snake Eye cover from G.I. Joe that looks just like that?
Probably, because it definitely looks like Snake Eyes. But I love how they kind of updated the Oz type thing, you know. As you guys...
we're supposed to be like a scarecrow.
Yeah,
because it's all stitched together.
Yeah. So it says here, it's a Victorian steampunk fantasy horror zombie adventure. So there you go. Imagine an alternate reality where Dorothy Gale returned from her adventures in Oz and her family thought she was insane, so they had her committed to a mental institution. Now throw in a whole bunch of zombies. There you go. So, man, Kickstarter's a good thing. Crowdfunding is a good thing for comics, for sure. And this type of thing is the reason why, in my opinion. Cool sounding story, collectability, you know, probably only printed so many of these. So, anyways, $95 from Storm Door Studios Kickstarter. And there's, I believe, I want to say he did 7 total Kickstarters, 1 for each issue, and he's currently got one available for volume 2 of Zombieful World. So go check it out on Kickstarter. The creator is Eric Hawkins on Kickstarter. So there we go.
Is the Wizard of Oz in public domain yet?
Probably close. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a random question.
Well, I mean, like, you know, instead of just like making a parody movie and stuff like that, I was, you know,
yeah,
he's got ideas. It's a song he's got in his head.
I got to give a big shout out to Billy Tucci. We geeked out over his Halloween she variants that he did recently, but I was listening to his show today or yesterday, and he was talking about he's doing a special thing where Brian Polito, I believe, gave him the okay to use Lady Death in one of his stories, and he's doing a story where it's a bunch of public domain characters along with she and Lady Death, and he's utilizing those public domain characters, you know, to do a cool comic book, like a one-shot comic book. So that's very interesting to me. Yeah. Yep. Shout out Billy Tucci and Crusade Comics. All right, moving on. A perfect McClay book that Stein, I knew as soon as he saw this, he probably thought, oh, that's a McClay book. Yeah. Voices in My Head, issue number 1, the Tim Bradstreet 1 in 10 from a year ago. And what a great title, too. That's, geez.
No, this just came out this week.
Oh, it just came out this week? Oh, yeah, it just came out this week. You're right. Wow.
Yeah, this is brand new.
I gotta find
But
one
yeah.
of these.
But yeah, I saw it and I was like, oh, I wonder if this has got to be like on McClay's want list.
Oh yeah, it is now. I did not see this.
He's going on a hunt now, folks.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, 25 to 30, so not bad. Again, if on a regular week, this probably would have made the regular list.
Yep. Yeah, I saw the October 23rd, and that's what made me think 2023. But I'm catching shit from Liger Style. He's like, "Oh, come on, Brian, get with it. Cannabis, brother, cannabis." Anyways,
It's what happens when you shorthand read, you know.
Yeah, I just pulled out the Why the Last Man J.G. Jones cover that's kind of like this out of my PC box the other day. It reminds me a lot of this. I love astronauts and skulls, so perfect. Reminds me of Jeremy Geddes artwork too. Anyways, moving on. Green Lantern issue number 18, the newsstand, which is so rare that even Cover Price doesn't have this listed. So shout out to Matt DeVoe and crew over there. Update Green Lantern 18 because there is a newsstand for it, and it sounds like it's super rare.
Yeah, so this is like this reminds me of the Superman cover where she's stepping on Superman.
Yep.
Star Sapphire or whatever.
This is an homage to it, yeah.
I think so. Yeah, $70. I don't think is there anything other than just this being a newsstand? Is there anything else
Not that I can think of
in this book?
Other than her getting the whatever they call the Star Sapphire crew, you know, and she became one of those. Yeah, that's all I could think of. Such a great cover.
I don't know about the, and I think we've all been doing that. Is, you know, if we see any newsstands from this era, like it doesn't even really matter what.
Well,
I mean, it
what
could
book
be
it is or what condition it's in.
Just, I mean,
it's a
just pick it up. I mean, I've got so many like X-Men, and you know, if it's got a Wolverine cover and it's a newsstand from this era, I mean, you just pick it up. I mean, don't even question it.
Yep.
Don't try and find it. Don't look. Just buy it.
Agree.
Yeah. That's why I love going to half price books because they don't care.
Nope.
And then you can find newsstands all day in there.
Mhm.
Like I literally went in there one day. I had a pile of like Wolverines. And I was just like kind of like, okay, Wolverine newsstand modern books that like no one wants. Okay, I'll take them.
Yeah. People are stupid, man. You know, just leaving that stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Stupid.
They don't know.
it's stupid. I'm just playing.
Moving on.
No, I'm not.
For our final almost 10 book this week in a heavy New York Comic-Con show list, Universal Monsters Frankenstein issue number 1, the Dan Quintana New York Comic-Con Virgin, limited to 500. And this was given out a very interesting way, kind of like you talked about, Stein. Did you hear how there was only one way to get this book? Did you hear how to get it?
I did not.
So the retailer that sold this book was put them in their quote unquote mystery boxes that they did of just, I guess it was just their stuff. And they would not allow people to buy it itself. They even turned down our boy Mighty Mel V, who said, yeah, come on, man, get me one of those. Let me buy one of those by itself. And they said, sorry, man, we can't. So here's another perfect example of, you know, a little bit of an integrity. I know people are going to complain, oh, they're selling mystery boxes, but as Stein packs are a perfect example, not all mystery packs and mystery boxes are bad things. And to have a little integrity and say, sorry, I know you're an influencer or you're a friend or this and that, we can't give you one. The only way you can get it is to buy a mystery box and get lucky. Yeah. Yep. So
it's a pretty sick cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like Igor said over 30 exclusives in their packs and a lot of super rare books inside, some as limited as low as 50. So not too bad. And yeah, this is a nice prize, Eugene. Beautiful cover. And
What was the buy-in for the mystery box?
great question. Don't know.
Hey, Brian, did you know they had a Megadeth CD that came with a Lady Death #4?
No.
Yeah. Look, check this. So, can you see that?
Yeah.
So it came with a Megadeth CD and Lady Death #4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude. Like I didn't even know that existed, dude.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely going to want to talk to Brian about that. That's super cool, man.
Yeah, they got
yeah.
some on eBay. They're not really, they don't go for like mega. That like there's some for $20-$30.
So
but I didn't even know they collab like that.
Yeah. Igor's saying they auctioned each pack and they were selling for $130 to $175. That's kind of weird that they auctioned them. Like, to be honest.
Were you buying them like on like Whatnot or eBay Live or something like that?
Yeah, it sounds like it. And if that's the case, that's kind of weird. I would rather just sell them to anybody that. Yeah.
They were.
Oh,
There
now
was
they are.
1,000 packs.
There was
Holy
1,000
cow.
mystery boxes. Oh yeah, and Whatnot. Ooh.
1,000.
I'll give them credit for having a good idea and doing something cool, but if you could only get them on Whatnot,
Whew. So 1,000 packs, and they sold 800 at about average of 150.
yeah.
That's,
Why have them at the con if you can only get them there? You
Why
know?
bring them into the con?
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, why even spend the money on
the show
having
floor.
a boot? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you're spending a truckload on. Why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm gonna start doing that from Texas. I'm at blah blah blah, and just have a green screen background.
Smart, dude. Well,
It's
we'll have
pretty
to
easy.
find
It's
out more.
pretty easy to give them away if you're making 100K on these
Yep.
packs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to find
Look
out
up.
more here in the future.
I'm at C2E2 in the middle of Berkeley Field.
I'm in Delaware. Anyways,
I'm
that
in
is
Disney
the-
World selling comics.
that is the Almost 10, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Come hang out with us tomorrow, Modern Comic Mayhem on Beyond Wednesdays, where we open it up to you, the viewers, and anybody else that wants to come hang out. I dropped the link in the chat, and you can come in and talk about whatever. We'll see you guys there tomorrow night, along with the normal group of degenerates, myself included, as said degenerate. I consider degenerates a good thing. Degens. These guys with me. You don't like that, Hood? You don't like being called a degen?
It's right there.
Yeah.
I'm the
Yeah.
degen.
A
Hey,
degen.
it's like a puppet. Hey, Aaron, move your hands.
All right. That being said, let's move on.
Watercolor man.
Let's get into the list.
That was good.
Starting off with something very interesting that doesn't happen too often here on the House of Stein Hot 10. A non-Golden Age honorable mention in the first honorable mention spot. This tells you how crazy New York Comic Con was. And get ready for a New York Comic Con list for the most part tonight. Starting off with The Lot, which was specifically the Bad Idea panel version of the book, which you could only get at said Bad Idea panel, which is, pretty the norm for Bad Idea type of thing. They'll figure out ways to, give you special things at special events, and this is no different.
Yeah, but this book originally came out several years ago, right?
I believe so. Yeah, it was one of their early initial books, I believe. that make sense?
That's very, yeah. It's kind of weird that they reintroduced it.
Well, I could be wrong. 2021. No, 2021. But here's what I do know. I believe the reason they're reintroducing it is because I believe it was optioned. Yeah. So
they're making a satire on Marvel and DC reprinting books. I don't know.
It was a bad idea, so don't do it again.
listen, bad idea from get-go has been a seeding ground for, optioned comics and stories. That doesn't mean that the crew over there doesn't love comics, and that's why they're doing it. But it's also to help seed stories for their production company, and it's working well. I mean, how many San Diego, there was news of multiple auctions for Bad Idea. New York Comic-Con, multiple options for Bad Idea. I mean, they are really hitting their stride with stories, good stories that are going to see life on the big and small screens. So
makes sense.
Yep. How much is this one selling for?
50
plus on the secondary
Not
market.
bad.
Yeah, that's a
Sitting
great
in on
cover.
the panel. Oh, such hard work.
Here's the regular covers for the book from 2021, which were pretty cool. 4-issue series. There you go.
I remember
Scouter. What's up, Scouter?
Scouter's in the
cool.
house. There he is. He says original book was black and white, different design and option. Yep. There you go. Yeah. I finally found House of Stein stickers that I've been saving for Scouter for a long time. I found them today. So Scouter, I got you some stickers. All right, moving on to
I sent you guys all some stickers, didn't I?
Yep.
Yeah, I got stickers.
Moving on
recently?
to our second honorable mention of the week. Fantastic Four issue 13, another book that came out years ago that's getting a variant for a New York Comic-Con panel that was given out at the Next Big Thing panel at New York Comic-Con. Doom as Strange. So, yeah.
So
Yeah.
How many panels did they have there?
at least 4.
4?
Oh, so many, dude.
Or 4 they were giving away comics, I should say.
Well, here's what I noticed. This was a norm this year at New York Comic Con where there was books that they were old books that were put out years ago that they made new variants for panels. A book we'll talk about here in a little later, the Bad Idea book. There was multiple books that they did this for. So,
Cool.
yeah. What did this one sell for?
This one's selling for 50 to 60.
Oh. What do you guys think about this cover?
Caca.
I kind of like it, but it has I guess the Doom symbol way too much.
Mm-hmm.
Almost looks like Spawn.
I thought the same exact. I was about to say the same one or same thing.
I see it now. Damn it, y'all reread it for me.
McFarlane, what the hell's going on here, man?
All you need is to see Robert Downey Jr.'s face, right?
Yeah. Well, panel books. It feels like nowadays for cons, it's smarter to go to panels and get variants rather than buying them at the booth because the panel books are more rare than the booth variants.
And they're free.
Yeah.
And you just have to sit in the panel and learn about the publisher.
You have
that
to
you're
get
interested in.
brainwashed for about an hour and a half to get a free book.
Oh, you get to find out what happens.
Right.
Absolute
Batman is going to be the greatest comic ever.
Well, I think that the other thing is that you can just stay in that room over and over and over, and you don't have to leave, and you could stay there.
Oh
So-
yeah, so you can just end up getting
Right.
free swag all
Yep,
day.
Sir, you're
from
gonna
all
need
this-
to leave.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
I had a
it's
big
like
old stack of books.
it's like for the lazy comic collectors.
Yes, and
Okay.
that is
makes
me
sense.
nowadays. Yep. Yep. So, all right, let's get into number 10 this week. Here we go. More New York Comic Con. Donald Who Laughs versus Dark Brandon, issue number 1. The Vinzi L Tab. The Vinz L Tab. Is that how you say it? Variant.
I have no idea.
Well, here's the question. Who is Brandon? Who's
What?
It's
Brandon?
another fucking AI book, bro.
Is that
Oh,
like a
you don't
take? No.
don't- Let's Go Brandon?
Is that what it is? Is that what it is? It's the Let's Go Brandon thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so like the regular book, and this doesn't make any sense. Like, I mean, did they just like crap? We are gonna make this book, and now he dropped out of the race, so we're still gonna make it. Which is really weird because one of the covers of like the regular book is Taylor Swift. So I don't understand how that happened, but
pop culture.
none of this stuff makes any sense to me. I don't know why you would buy a book like this, but
Well, there's
Yeah.
this is the masked version, which is limited to 150. There's a metal version where he's unmasked, which is like limited to 10 or 50 or something like that. So, but yeah, I'm with you. I had no clue it was like that Let's Go Brandon thing. I thought maybe it was his son or something. Like, isn't his son?
No.
Yeah, named
his son's
Brandon.
Baron.
Baron. Okay.
Oh,
That's
let's
I
go
couldn't figure it
Biden.
out. Yeah, I could not figure it out at all. But thank you. I gotta be honest though.
I just don't like politics in comics. Like I want to.
Oh yeah.
Like I come to comics to get away from. If I want to look at comic or politics, that's on like literally every other piece of media. I don't need it in a comic book. That being said, I would love to have, like, just looking back at all prior presidents that have had a comic book, I would love to have a signature series from those presidents.
Oh, great
So, like
idea.
the with Obama,
The
there
Nixon.
was, Biden's got one. Trump's obviously got some.
Reagan.
I'm not sure I could get a signature. He's dead. So I'm
No,
not
Well, I'm sure you could find one that's already been
we can work some
signed.
things out.
Yeah.
You could get a one of those blood signatures that are so popular.
Spirit box, something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, getting presidential signatures on a book, how unique of a piece would that be?
Yeah, that is cool. That's a cool idea.
No, they can get Reagan's signature like the way they get Babe Ruth's signature in Topps cards, bro.
Oh, with a cut autograph.
Cut.
Yeah.
Well, he signed a lot of those presidents signed like the book plates that are stickers that you put in the books, and a lot of those were unused. So yeah, I got a buddy who that's all he collects are signed books that he started by collecting presidential signed books, and now he collects all kinds of them. But he makes sure that he has the book plate in there, and that's what he's into. So.
Speaking of that, did you see somebody pulled out of like one of those, I don't know, famous people packs or something like that? It was a dual cut autograph of Eleanor Roosevelt and FDR.
Oh
Yeah,
wow!
That
that
was
would be-
cool. Yeah, that was a cool cut auto. I forgot what set that was from.
I think I saw a John Lennon one, maybe, or something like that, or I think maybe it was a John Lennon, something like that. I saw. Anyways, what is this one selling for?
50 to 60 as well.
There we go.
Like I said, if you want the Taylor Swift version, you can get that for like 25 ish.
Just wait a couple weeks and it'll be 10.
Have fun. By the way, the Taylor Swift if you are into Taylor Swift books, the cover it actually looks like Taylor Swift, so it's not. I don't know if you saw it, but it actually looks like Taylor Swift.
And this is a Keen Spot book. It's not. At first, when I saw this, I'm like Tidal Wave. I'm instantly thinking it's Tidal Wave, but no, this is Keen Spot.
You know what I just thought of? Like comics, they're just borderline just going to start taking photographs of people and just putting it on the cover. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I drew that. I drew it.
Yep. All right. Moving on to number 9 this week. Another New York Comic Con variant of a book that's been out for a while. This is Gorkum Demir presents Terrifier number 1, the New York Comic Con Virgin variant. And of course, this is a book based on the original Terrifier, which was years ago that was put out on their website. But they also did a metal. They did a virgin. They did a trade, a foil. They did a virgin, a foil, and a metal. And this is the virgin variant on the list.
That book scares me, bro.
Right?
It's a scary fucking book.
It doesn't really look like
Art the Clown.
Art the Clown.
No.
But
it's not good.
But I will say this: nobody can afford the Terrifier books. So this is like literally your only option to get if you're like really into Terrifier, you're either going to pay like $500, $700 for one of the other two, or this for $60. So I think people were like, I'll just buy this.
Yeah. Have any of you guys seen the new movie?
I heard it sucked.
I liked it.
Well, I saw one of the funniest Instagram posts I've seen in a long time. A guy took either his sister or his friend into it and told her that it was a family movie, and he videotaped her as they were watching it, and the look on her face. And at one point, she looks at him and she goes, "You told me this was a family movie," And she's like, "Yeah." It was funny.
Named Terrifier.
Yeah.
I did not see Terrifier, but I did see Venom last night.
How was it?
Oh,
I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
I heard it's about mid-grade.
It's a 3.5.
Did you see it, Hood?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know I didn't read the Venom storyline, so I don't have much reference to go by. It was a little sappy.
Yeah.
Which was kind of weird.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, looking at this cover, do you know what this reminds me of? This looks like something the dad would have drawn in the sketchbook, where it resembles like Art the Clown or whatever, but it's not quite him.
That makes sense.
All right, so you guys want to see the Art the Clown prank?
Yeah. Can't see.
All right, let me restart it. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was a pretty graphic part of the movie too.
Look at her.
To me, this ain't no family movie.
Well, it just depends on what kind of family you have, right?
If your family is with the Mansons, it's like, it's a perfect holiday Christmas film.
Yeah. So, what's this one selling for again?
60. Do you think that they're going to do an actual Terrifier series now that because of
like
comic series?
Wise?
Yeah,
they should.
I mean, they have VHS tapes of the films, so it seems like they go into pretty niche like collections of stuff. I mean, they've done comics already, right?
No, I'm just saying, like, why couldn't you have why couldn't you have like a mini series at this point? I mean,
like a prequel story or something like that, or
yeah, I mean, you could do anything.
Yeah, or even like stories in between the films.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah.
I mean, and you think about it with comics, you could be pretty much as graphic as you want to be.
Yeah. I mean, I guess in between 2 and 3 wouldn't make sense. Maybe kind of. I guess you could go into like a weird like mind fantasy thing.
I mean, it could just all be before one, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's true too.
Yep.
Or it could be way after too, as well.
Yeah. All right, moving on to number 8 this week. Probably my favorite book of the con and the best foil book I've seen in years. Daredevil number 14, the John Tyler Christopher Radar variant. Now, there are multiple Daredevil books from the con this year that could easily fit in this spot that we're going to talk about. But that being said, to me, this book is fan-frickin-tastic. So good.
What goes on in Daredevil 14 that made them make so many variants at a con for this?
Great question. Couldn't tell you. Well, here's what I will tell you. Okay, so two of the variants are for the new Daredevil 14. The David Mack. Are you okay there, Yee? All right. The David Mack variant is for the Daredevil 14 during the Muse run. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
so that's why he made that cover like that?
Yes. So here, for those of you guys that don't know, this was another panel book at New York Comic Con that Marvel put out. That is a reprint of a book, an older book. This was the Marvel Fanfare panel, and this is a rough David Mack cover.
It's only one layer of multiple layers.
This is really rough. So
that looks Peach Momoko-ish.
Yeah. So that was given out the panel there, but that was for the 2016 series. The new one was the John Tyler Christopher, the new one was the John Tyler Christopher and the Momoko. Now, the Momoko is another book that is selling pretty well, right, Stein?
Yep.
Jeff the Land Shark.
That one's selling for 50 to 60.
So correct me if I'm wrong. I believe this one was if you had Marvel Unlimited.
Yep.
Or you signed up for it at the con for a year subscription or whatever it is, then you get this comic. I think it was like also an action figure and something else.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
What? First of all, what is actually going on the cover? And two, like what are the circles about? And how is Jeff
the circle is
randomly flying in the air?
Because
the
it's Jeff the
circles
Land Shark, man.
Is how Daredevil sees sound and stuff, and
So that's what that's supposed to be?
Yeah, that's the what do they call that? Sonar?
Like the echo.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Location,
okay,
yeah.
But why is Jeff just floating up in the air?
Because it's Jeff, bro.
He's swimming in the sonar, dude.
Mm-hmm. Just go with it, bro. Just go with it.
It makes sense in anime.
Yeah. Yeah. And same with the JTC. Those are all concentric circles that go out from the bridge of his nose, like the sonar, which is so freaking smart. And I'm going to tell you a couple things about this. This was not the original thing that he wanted to do for this. The original thing he wanted to do for this was much different, and you can hear about that in a future industry show. So make sure you guys come hang out with us in an industry show. But second, along the lines of JTC in this book, JTC is a freaking mensch. And if you guys, hopefully you guys know what a mensch is, but a mensch is just like a good dude. He's one of those guys that's just a good freaking guy. He did not start selling these variants until 10 a.m. each day, right? And he would have people stand in a line. And he would say, sorry, you guys, we got to wait until, this time. It was either 10 or 11. And one of the days, I don't know if he did this every day, but he went and got a huge thing of Starbucks coffee, the type you can get in the big, bucket, and it has its little spout. And he offered free coffee to everybody standing in line.
Oh, that's awesome.
right?
Yeah.
Fucking cool.
Depending on how big it is, like those things aren't cheap.
No.
And it's like the full serving of like a coffee or multiple. If it's like the bigger jug, it's like 2 or 3 of those containers that fill up at Starbucks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's a pain in the ass to make, but it's doable.
Yeah, Wookie Fodder says he took care of his fans. He felt bad the line was so long. Yeah, JTC is
cool.
a legend. Yep, agree. It is very cool. So $70 on this one, which is not bad. I would pay $70 for this. I like this. I think it'll probably drop, so I think you probably pick it up for $50 in a week. So we'll see.
Which means it'll probably be 100.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can't wait to buy it off his website. Oh, that's a different JSC.
Yeah.
Different letters.
There is something I will say. My mind changes on this all the time to where, like, I see books during FOC or solicitation and I go, that's going to be the hottest book of the week, or that's going to be on the list. And you can't call it. It's so hard to call the books that are going to be the hottest books. You can, I thought, like I said earlier, I thought the Panosian 1 in 25 was going to be number 1 this week, and you just can't decide, what people are going to like and not like, or what's going to be rare and not rare, what people are going to really want to put out some money for. So, yeah, man, it's very, there you go. Oh. Igor said it. Igor, what are you doing, man? You're freaking ruining the industry show. Yes, he wanted to make it vinyl, but Marvel would not let him because he wanted it to have, an extra cool thing. So yeah,
ooh, that would have been pretty cool,
right? Fucking awesome, dude. Fucking cool. So I love you, Igor. Don't worry about it, brother. Sorry I didn't get to call you today. I'll hit you up soon. He goes, sorry. I'm just giving you shit. All right. Moving on to number 7 this week. A book that I actually really like, and I've been kind of hating on Crane's artwork as of late. Spider Society number 1, the Clayton Crane New York Comic Con Midnight Virgin variant, supposedly limited to 600. I really like this cover.
Yeah, this one's pretty cool. Now, Spidey's he's definitely been working out.
And he didn't skip leg day. Hooray!
No,
yeah,
he definitely did not. He's right here. He's definitely pumped up. But yeah, it's we've seen covers like this similarly with Spider characters before, where they are all kind of doing this type of thing or whatever. But it does look cool with the black, with Miles coming down on the black and then the black background. It does look kind of cool that way.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure I would pay $100 for it, but somebody's paying $100 for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay $100 for it, but I would definitely buy it if it was in my price range.
Would it change your mind knowing that he painted it Miles right side up and then turned the canvas upside down?
Well, then it would just look like Miles is somehow like standing on a stripper pole or something like that.
Where do you think he got inspiration from?
Yeah. Crane's covers have not been great to me lately. A lot of them feel unfinished. This one looks good.
I feel like he's exploring different mediums, right? Like, since he's doing more, like, you can watch him paint like on Instagram or wherever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he's doing it somewhere like
different. You say exploring different mediums? Is that what we're calling like women's or other men's wives? Mediums?
And maybe for him, he's into that type of stuff. Yeah. He wears capes.
I don't know. I heard it's the magician code. You can't reveal the secret.
Yeah. How does he do it? All right. Well, 95 to 100. There you go. Spider Society #1. Moving on to number 6 this week. Oh, we're going to get into something very interesting right now. Storm issue 1, the New York Comic Con Magic the Gathering variant. And I did not know about these until I had a phone call with our boy Big Clutch, who was in NYCC, who himself is a massive Magic the Gathering fan and is in Vegas right now at a Magic the Gathering convention. He's at Magic Con for the weekend, and there he is. He's playing. He's a huge Magic the Gathering fan, and he told me that these were so cool, and he geeked out over them, and I didn't even know that they were there. And then I saw them tonight, and I got to be honest, this is freaking cool.
Yeah, this one looks pretty good. It looks like a Magic card.
Yep.
I love it.
I like it.
I actually like the way Storm, the new Storm series, the way that they're drawing and that they're portraying Storm. It looks really cool, even though I'm not a fan that she's part of the Avengers and not the X-Men, but the way that she looks in the new series looks great.
Who is the artist on the cover of this?
Probably
Great
a
question.
Magic artist. Probably a Magic artist, I would assume. Wait,
Yeah.
The cool thing is that they do the borderless art cards as well too, like this, where you'll see the text like that, and then instead of seeing like black borders or white borders, they actually do like full art on it. So,
Oh man,
I
this is cool.
I appreciate that detail.
Yeah.
In this collab.
Well, they're doing that set, and there's
with the
news
secret,
that
with the secret layer stuff.
and there's talks that they're doing it in a weird way that might be limited instead of available for everybody, which is kind of weird. But I'll be honest, and I think you were there, Yee. I told Clutch I'd be down to learn how to play Magic the Gathering if it's Marvel characters. I would be into checking it out because, it seems like cool. It seems like something cool and, community and camaraderie and that type of thing.
It's a fun game to definitely go. But you can definitely go down a rabbit hole with it, right? Because it's everything we like too as well. It's opening packs. Like I heard they're adding in the elements too, where they're doing like numbered cards as well. So
very cool.
I'm sure they did pretty well on those Lord of the Ring ones that they did. Everybody trying to bust all those packs to get that the one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
for
that being said,
for only to have Post Malone end up with it.
Yeah. That being said, Lorcana is a monster, and they have to figure out something, because Lorcana is just huge. Anyways, how much is this one selling for, Stein?
100 to 125 for the Storm.
Oh, not bad. Not bad. I like this one. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. All right, moving on to number 5 this week. You got one, you got to have the other. Wolverine issue number 1, the Magic the Gathering New York Comic Con variant. And again, just as cool to me as the other one. The art on the Storm I feel like is better than this, but they're both super cool. And it seems like this one's selling more than the Storm, right?
Which would make sense. I mean, it's Wolverine. Wolverine's pretty much always going to get a little bit of a premium. This one's like 150 plus. I saw a couple sales in the high 100s. So, yeah, this one's, and Igor's saying that these were limited to 250.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
So what did you have to do for these? Just be first in line?
I think that these were panel books too, but I could be wrong.
And Slack says the artist name is at the bottom left of the comic.
Very tiny. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see that.
Yeah. Good luck. Have fun.
I can totally read that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm
no, not Prem right. Okay, not Prem right.
I'm a little excited for it, so we'll see how it plays out. That being said, we are halfway through the list, you guys. There's 159 watching live right now and only 48 likes. Do us a favor. Hit that thumbs up. It's super easy. It's free to do. And it's the easiest way to support the channel and support the show. If you're not subscribed and at the end of the show, you enjoy the show, subscribe. But hit that thumbs up for us right now if you can. It really helps out. And there's a ton of people watching that haven't hit it yet that can really help us out by doing so. So hit that thumbs up and let's move on to number 4 this week. One of the biggest books that was talked about all New York Comic Con, Spawn 357, the Momoko variant, specifically the signed McFarlane version, of which we hear there is 500 of each. How true that is, we don't know yet. It's hard to be sure, but it sounds like there was 500 signed by McFarlane, 500 unsigned by McFarlane.
Are all the, and this is just me asking a question, are all the signatures in the same spot, and are they all in the same ink?
They're all in the same spot that I've seen. I don't know about the same ink.
I would assume he probably used the same color. Like he tends to, like when he does like a mass signing like that, right? He tends to make stuff uniform.
Yes.
Just imagine like all those 1 in 1,000 whatever signed books that he does for shops or like a new title. Like it's usually always the same like red ink, same type of pen at the very least. I really doubt it's the same exact pen throughout a 500 signing run.
Can you imagine actually signing your name 500 times? Because literally, like when I sign papers to like buy my house, my hand feels like it's gonna fall off, and I've only signed it like 15 times.
I've only had to sign like 3 things in my life for people that are fans of whatever.
He did a really good, and it's weird saying this on this show, I know, but he did a really good interview with Comic Tom where they talked about specifically that, about signing books and how specific Todd is with picking the right color marker on the book. That's a big deal to him. He's got a Ziploc bag that's got like 500 markers in it, and he has to pick the right color that goes with the book the best way. And he got really in depth about Sharpies and how many times you can sign a book, and with a new Sharpie until it goes bad, what he likes, what he doesn't like all this crazy stuff. And it was super interesting to hear him talk about that specific thing. So he knows about that stuff, and it's a big deal to him. And I respect the hell out of him for doing that,
Yeah, no kidding.
For
That's
caring.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
But speaking of this book, I don't like this cover. But
yeah, I'm with you. It's not terrible, but it's not a good Spawn cover to me. So
Nope.
I got to ask you, what were your thoughts on the other Spawn 357 variant this week?
So I love the cover, but it's the regular. I mean, it's just basically it's the same cover. It just says retailers are king. So I would be less interested in this because it's the same as just the A. Was it just the A cover, right?
Yeah, A cover. Yep. Which
the cover's gorgeous though.
Yeah,
Wait.
He did the same thing 4 years ago with the Retailer's King cover that he did signed. But
And it was exclusive to the Diamond Retailer thing.
yeah. So, but my question is also, did you not want to? What was the reason that you didn't throw this on the list?
One, there was so many, but 2, it was that particular reason. Again, I love this cover. I don't know. This one feel it's not that I want to promote or not promote. I just feel like this one, because and I hate the peach cover, but because the peach one is different on its own, I just felt like I didn't want to put both of them on there. I thought that would be redundant.
Mm-hmm.
But this is more true to Spawn.
Yes.
Yeah. What is this one selling for? Is it still selling for the crazy numbers?
I can't remember. I ran through it earlier, and then I just made the executive. Yeah, I made the executive decision to go with the peach, even though I'm not a fan of the peach, and that cover I love.
Well, the peach book was definitely more talked about.
But it's also harder to compare like 1,000 print run versus 300.
Yeah. Well, there it is. Great show, everybody. Good night. No, I'm just joking. Moving on to number 3. Vampirella 672, the Will Jack metal variant, limited to 100. Specifically, the I Love New York part of that. I mean, that's what I'm looking at. I don't know about anybody else. I mean, she does have some nice earrings. But
she has earrings?
This is art Google. She's wearing a shirt. So,
yeah, he did several, like, how many versions of this did he do for the con? Like 2 or 3?
I think so, yeah. He did at least 2.
Yeah, I mean, this one was selling for $2 to $250 as well. I mean, it doesn't look like Vampirella, I will say that.
Oh, this is a Vampirella cover?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's just weird about it. It just doesn't look like Vampirella. So that's.
Look at Jeff's comment. Jeff Snyder's comment.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Disavow. See, I thought this was a Zenoscope book. Like, if you had told me that, like, without telling me the title, I would have believed you.
Dude.
Like, to be completely honest, right?
Man, yeah. And it doesn't look like Will Jack. It looks more like art germ, proteges, to bring
maybe
that
even like
up again.
Maybe like a Warren Lau.
Yeah. Lyrics Lee, Warren Lau. Yeah. But yeah, big book. Where's Red Hood when you need him? Anyways,
we still need that soundbite.
Yeah, we do. 200 to 250 on the secondary market, not too shabby. So, hopefully you guys got 1 or 2. Moving on to number 2. Oh boy, here we go. Whatnot Marvel Year in Marvel 24 variant trading packs at the number 2 spot, and holy moly. You thought the Peach Momoko Spawn book caused a lot of talk and excitement. The amount of people that reached out to me, either to tell me I'm a shill and a pump and dumper, or I'm a hypocrite, or to tell me how exciting and great these things are, it was unreal, the amount of people talking about these things.
So and they did this with the ones before. How did you get? I mean, how do you even get these in hand?
I got an email. So I got an email about it. I filled out a Google document. Like it was sent out to like all. Supposedly sent out to all comic sellers or active comic sellers within the last whatever.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't fall into that category because I haven't sold on there in like a year and a half or 2 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you fill out a form and then you put like how many packs you want, blah, blah, blah. You have to follow some like procedure guidelines, like schedule a show under this banner, like where you use certain tags. And then they said they would send you a confirmation email of how many you would get. I just kind of got packs showed up in the mail for me. I don't know about you, Brian, if you got an email or anything like that.
Yeah, so and the same thing happened to me where the packs just showed up in the mail. I think I got mine like a day before you and Hood got yours. Here's what I will say that I know, and I'm always going to be honest with you guys. I did have a conversation about these recently, asked some information, and I can talk a little bit about numbers. I was told that one of the things that they really want to do with these is they want to make sure that the same thing kind of doesn't happen that happened in the past where, you know, just the influencers got them. That's why they really wanted to open it up to everybody. They also promised, they said that if you responded to the email, that you got at least one pack, and they tried to get everybody two, if not what they asked for. The quote unquote influencer people all got the same amount, 7 boxes. Okay. That's what I got. That's what Comic Tom got. That's what Davis Ryder got. That's what whoever else that you guys saw.
7 boxes or 7 packs?
7 boxes. Okay. And
dang. I'm not in that stratosphere.
Yeah. And everybody else, they tried to get 2 boxes if you were in the recent sellers type thing. A lot of the people didn't even get, from what I'm hearing, a lot of the people didn't even get charged for them. I don't know, Yee, if you got charged for them.
I will say, yeah, I haven't gotten charged.
Yeah, so a lot of people didn't get charged for them. They initially were going to charge for them, and I think that they just said, we're just going to give them out because obviously they get something on the back end of the VIG, which they get on everything that sells on there. But I think that was pretty cool that they did that. So
but it's probably so successful, you know.
Yes.
That like they didn't have to like whatever their cost to buy in, like that was covered, and obviously a little bit extra, right? Or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So that's probably that would be my assumption of why we didn't get charged.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I would assume that most people followed what the guidelines were. So I'm excited to see, you know, what their future projects show up to.
Yeah.
And this is where that red Ultimate Spider-Man came out of, right? Came out of.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So there was 5 different variants, and then there's like 5 different parallels.
Yeah, somebody got lucky and got a gold one for $60.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But yeah, they're selling still good on the secondary market. There's a prismatic for $280. 2 sales of red foil ultimates, one for $1,500, one for $1,600. The prismatics. Yeah, the prismatics are getting like $300. The regular foils are selling about $50, and those are the commons. The silvers.
That's not bad, honestly.
No.
Like if you got that's like at least more than half your buy-in back.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. If you paid $150 for the pack, which on average most packs were selling for about $150, you got 3. You're guaranteed to get 3 books that you could sell for your buy-in back, like you're saying. Yee. How long that's going to last? Not very long, I don't think. But that being said, you know, if you get lucky.
If there's a book you don't want, put it up now.
Yeah.
Or forever hold your peace.
Yeah, if you get lucky and get one of those reds or silvers or golds, you're gonna make a nice little chunk of change. Swaggle House did a really good video on his channel about these. He did 2 videos, I believe. One where he talked about opening one, I think, and another where he talked about the secondary market sales on them, which was very interesting. Do I think that they're going to hold their value for the commons? No. For the colors, for the red and the prismatic, I think there's a good chance. And the reason why that I've talked about it is this gives people a reason to chase, quote unquote, the rainbow and collect the rainbow, like happens in cards. They're very high quality in that the fact that the foil and how they created them look great. They look better than any other foil comic that I've seen that's been mass produced. The way that they layer the foil and the other things on top of each other looks great.
Oh, I like how they put the paper in between each book so it wouldn't get scratched up and everything. So, I mean, there was a thought process into this.
Yep. I know a lot of people are bringing up the fact about reprints. I think that's kind of silly. I think that calling these reprints, I mean, yeah, they're actually reprints, but so are second print 1 in 25s.
Well, how's it any different than having a con exclusive that you can see and pick and choose?
Yeah, foil con exclusives. Souza Micah, the Souza Micah foil that was out at NYCC. It's the same exact thing. That being said, the numbering will be happening either on the next iteration or after that. They are going to be numbering the hits.
Oh, nice.
Yep, which is going to be
Jersey
really
match,
cool.
Spider-Man, what's up?
Yeah. I mean, this is such a hit across the board that multiple other companies and creators and retailers are already talking about creating similar things.
Oh, yeah, but I was actually really shouting out in the mesh. He actually did sell the Ultimate Spider-Man Red and the Doom Red for I think they were 1,600 each.
Wow, congrats, Namesh.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. So,
that's awesome.
From overnight turned into hashtag Dirty Flipper. Look at that guy.
Yeah, sold the Spider-Man and the Doom for a total of $3,000. There we go. There's a perfect example. Spent how much did you, if you don't mind me asking, I would love to know what you spent on the buy-in on the packs,
Because he bought a box, if I'm not mistaken.
All I got to say is I told you guys years ago.
Yes, you did.
This would be.
I remember that phone call.
Yep.
Years ago.
Yeah, because it got brought up again in conversation. I was on my way to somewhere.
So Namesh spent $175 and $165. So there you go. Listen, people are gonna love it. People are gonna hate it. People are gonna be indifferent. And I will continue to say, if something causes this amount of excitement in the hobby, I'm for it. I'm all for it. The bigger the chance that it's going to create new collectors and new excitement, I think it's good for the hobby. And we'll
even
see.
If you take some of the older ones, the Image ones, those were all reprints.
Yep.
Like
the Skybound,
the ones for The Walking Dead, or even the mystery box
Invincible,
before that, for the Image 25th anniversary,
25th, yep,
or whatever it was.
Yep.
And they had God Country and all kinds of titles in it.
Yep. So we'll see how it plays out. Late Night Comics says, how do you get the boxes? This time it was either through an email or they contacted you as a quote unquote influencer. They don't call it an influencer, but I'm sure they have, a group of people that they said, hey, this is worth
social media person.
Yeah.
Hey, for the record, not one person has ever contacted. I have none of these. I've never even seen these. So, So if somebody's if anybody ever wants to say that I'm trying to push these, I've never even seen these. Have no idea what they look like.
Just wait until you check your mailbox.
I've got all these heading your way, Stein.
You were golfing, huh? Well, surprise! Now you have a whatnot.
Yeah, there's a lot coming with these, and it's going to be a big part of the hobby going forward. And I hope that, from what I've been able to gather, Whatnot knows how important it is not to saturate the market on these. They know that they need to keep these. I mean, listen, Year in Marvel 24 variant box, there's going to be Year in Marvel 25, Year in Marvel 26. This would be smart for them to do every New York Comic Con, right? From going forward. And, you know, keeping the print run of these at whatever they have it at now or less is the way to go with these. Is that when something is, the money is being made on these, though, we all know what happens. You know, higher ups go, I don't care what you guys think. If we can make more money on it, print more. Who knows if that will happen?
We're doing it at every major con, every quarter.
Yes. But that being said, they have ideas to do cheaper versions and more expensive versions too. So, you know, we'll see.
I could see it like rolling out slowly, right? Like doing San Diego next year and New York, and then before we know it, you know, there's like four different types, you know, high end, low end, whatever, everything in between.
Yeah, it'll be just like cards where you have, you know, Bowman comes out and that you have the paper versions, and then you have you know, Sapphire that comes out, Top Sapphire, so, or Bowman Sapphire.
Yeah.
There'll be, I'm sure there's going to be versions like that. But
I can't wait to see their Allen and Ginter version.
Here's what I hope. I just hope that this doesn't take the place of selling comics now. Like, I don't want the only place you can get comics is in a box or a pack. You know, I want them to be special, and I want comics to still be sold as quote unquote periodicals in a store. You know,
but we did have two books that were kind of like that. I mean, on the list. I mean, we had the Marvel packs themselves on the list, but then you also had that Frankenstein book where you can only get it in a mystery box.
Yep.
So I'm not saying like things are gonna always like start floating towards that way, but I guess it kind of brings excitement into the hobby for some people.
Yeah. Yep. All right, you guys, the number one book of the week, Absolute Batman issue 1, the Javier Fernandez Akira homage from New York City Comic Con.
Yeah, I figured that everybody probably knew that this was going to be here. What is it about this? What is it about this image that people just? I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, it's been like done like a truckload of times, and every single time people buy it.
It's cool, man. It's a cool image. Motorcycles are cool.
It's a rite of passage into anime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so anything that reminds me of it, I have to have.
Yeah. Well,
I had this listed. I said that this was selling for like $200 to $230. I thought I saw somebody in the chat earlier said that this is like one of these just sold for like $300.
Are you ready for the third print black and white version?
There's a foil version coming too.
Oh, is there a foil version coming too?
I mean, this is not like hyper rare, right? I mean,
no, there's 1,000 of them.
1,000.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks cool.
It is cool. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a cool book. I mean, I've seen better homages to Akira than this, but I mean, like, you know, for the time, the year, I guess, you know.
I mean, but is it 200 plus cool?
No. I would definitely buy like the original graded in like a 9.8, 9.6 or whatever at $200 over this. Like, I literally think you can buy a 9.8 like close to that price.
For 200?
Not 200. I know you can buy a 9.6, but I think it's like it's less than 500.
Is it all the way down that? Is it down that far?
Yeah. So I would buy original Akira #1, like first issue or last issue. I'm kicking myself because I don't own a last issue yet. So all you eBay people, if you beat me to it, like shame on you. But
I remember I had the last issue. I had a 9.6, and that was in one of the early Stein packs, I believe.
I remember that. I missed that one, I think. Or
yeah,
I
it might have been
get-
like 2. Yeah, it might have been like 2 or 3, or it was one of the early ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but I've gotten some cool
love
stuff.
this image. So
Yeah.
yeah. We'll see how it plays out. Big NYCC list, big NYCC convention. Tons of people are talking about it. More people than ever, it seemed, this year. And sounds like it was a good con. One of the things that I do keep hearing from a lot of people is, and this is very interesting, and people are going to love this in the chat, is that, and I hear this from a lot of people who come from our part of the community, in speculation and our part of the community, we're always the sky is falling. We're always so negative. Oh, this is that. There's too many of this. There's too many of that. This is, that type of thing. We're so negative. And everybody that went to the con said it was extremely positive. Other than the Spectral Comics disaster with the Momoko stuff, everybody talked about how unbelievably positive experience the con was. That being the con itself, how great it was run, other than the Spectral stuff. Obviously seeing your friends is great. The excitement over books like Absolute Batman, and actual titles that are good and stuff that are coming, that was the exciting part, and that's a big deal. And sometimes we got to realize, and this is coming from somebody who, I change my mind on this quite a bit. I'll go from, oh, we're too negative, oh, I'm too positive, that type of thing. Maybe we need to start thinking a little bit more positive about this stuff. But who knows? Next week I might say the exact opposite. So yeah.
Hey, you'll always have me being the naysayer on the backside. So you can be as positive you want, and I'll bring you down.
Yeah. Well, trust me, I don't need you to bring me down. Man, this world's a crazy place. Let me tell you. That being said, you guys, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. All 150 of you throughout the show. 150 was, a good number throughout that I've been seeing through the whole show. And we appreciate you guys that hang out with us live. Thank you so much to everybody that catches us on the rewind. And thank you to everybody that were worried about last week's show. We love you guys for it. That being said, we'll see you guys soon, and we're going to do the quick 10, and we're out. What do you say, Stein?
See you.
All right, starting off with our first honorable mention. I can't say Golden Age honorable mention. This is a New York heavy list from New York Comic Con, and we have The Lot, issue number 1, the Bad Idea panel for this issue. And it's a good book. Check it out. It's selling for $50 raw, and it was recently optioned. So, cool stuff. All right, moving on to our next honorable mention, Fantastic Four issue 13. This one is also a reprint. I got to remind these guys not to type in the private chat because it's showing up on the live screen for some reason. So hold off on that for a second, you guys. Again, real quick, another panel book at New York Comic Con. This time, another panel book that is printed from an old issue. This being Fantastic Four number 13, the New York Comic Con Doom variant. This one is selling for $50 to $60. At number 10, The Donald Who Laughs versus Dark Brandon, issue number 1. The New York Comic Con variant, Virgin Masked, limited to 150, is selling for $50 to $60. That seems like a sweet spot for a lot of these books. At number 9, Gorkum Demir presents Terrifier issue number 1, another old book that is reprinted for New York Comic Con. This one selling for $60 on the secondary market. They did a virgin variant, a foil virgin variant, and a metal virgin variant. Number 8, an absolutely gorgeous Daredevil variant by John Tyler Christopher, the New York Comic Con Radar variant, and it is a masterpiece in what foil variants can be. This one is selling for 70 plus on the secondary market. There was a couple other Daredevil books, another Daredevil 14 from Peach Momoko that was from the Marvel Unlimited panel, and a David Mack Daredevil 14 from years ago's story with Muse that was from another panel. So be on the lookout for those also. At number 7, Spider Society issue number 1, the Clayton Crane New York Comic Con Midnight Virgin variant, limited to 600. This one is beautiful, and it is selling for $95 to $100. Number 6, Storm issue number 1, the Magic the Gathering variant. Absolutely gorgeous on this one. This was a surprise to a lot of people, and it is cooking on the secondary market, $100 to $125. And I can't wait personally for the Marvel Magic the Gathering set to hit. At number 5, another Magic the Gathering variant. This is Wolverine issue number 1. And this one is selling for 150 plus. And again, beautiful. Unsuspected. People were very surprised at this one too. Number 4, one of the books that was talked about the most, Spawn issue 357, the Momoko Todd McFarlane signed copy, limited to 500. There was an unsigned copy that was limited to 500 supposedly also. A lot of people went crazy for this. There was talks of fights in the line at the con, but who knows if that really happened. I'll be interested to see if there's video of it. That being said, this book is selling on the secondary market for $250 plus. At number 3, Vampirella 672, the Will Jack Metal New York Comic Con variant, quote unquote, I Love New York 2, Will Jack. And this one was limited to 100. It's selling for $200 to $250. At number 2, the Whatnot Marvel Year in Marvel 2024 variant pack, 3 comics in each pack, and these comics are on fire on the secondary market, with the red variant selling for up to $1,600. These books were talked about pretty heavily, and we're going to be talking about them for months to come, I imagine. The second iteration of the Whatnot Marvel comic pack. At number 2, the packs themselves were selling anywhere from $150, $100, and $150 was a sweet spot, but getting as much as $400 on the secondary market. Number 1 this week, Absolute Batman, the Javier Fernandez Akira homage of issue number 1, limited to 1,000 copies, selling for $200 to $230. And this is a beaut as well. That was the House of Stein Hot 10 for the week of October 25th, 2024. We'll see you guys next time. Adios.